as a fire rages.
Hello and welcome to BucTV News. I'm Malcolm Harrington.
And I'm Jonathan Jones. Today on BucTV News, we'll be drilling into the construction projects here at ETSU.
And we'll be looking into the movement of getting ETSU fraternities on campus. BucTV News starts now. This past Wednesday morning, our ETSU president, Dr. Brian Nolan, sent us an email saying that he is a finalist for a new job. Nolan stated that he has accepted the nomination for consideration as the next chancellor at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. In the email, Nolan thanked the ETSU community and said his focus remains on having an outstanding close to the spring semester. Nolan is in contention for the UTK chancellor position with 3 other candidates.
A number of changes are coming to ETSU. One of the most visible is the renovation of the Culp Center. BucTV News reporter Jesse Denny has details on the progress of the Culp Center and when students can expect it to open.
The DP Culp Center has been a major student hub on campus since it was built in 1976, but the major renovations and heavy machinery have kept the students at bay and turned the cave into, well, a cave. I spoke with Assistant Vice President of Student Life and Enrollment, Dr. Sam Mayhew, about the progress of the Culp Center construction.
We're on schedule. We're scheduled for a January 2020 opening, and it's a lot of work. Not only is it a renovation of the current space, but it's also an expansion. And so we're adding several thousand square foot of expansion, and it's going to be a really nice center. The planning process, I think we've done a really good job of capitalizing on synergies. You know, that second floor is going to be a student hub of activity with the Source, with the academic resource center, with the multicultural center, with the new media center right there on the second floor. So I definitely see that second floor being a big activity. And then that first floor really being a retail space with the bookstore, with the Starbucks, with Chick-fil-A, with Steak and Shake, getting a full service Steak and Shake restaurant on that first floor. So a new entertainment space in the cave. That's always been a popular spot, but it's going to host a stage and an entertainment area also in that space.
Reporting for BucTV News, I'm Jesse Denny.
For more information about the Culp Center progress, including its budget, go to the link below.
Off-campus fraternity housing has become an issue for their neighbors. These neighbors have called for a plan to move all fraternity housing to campus by 2020. This comes after Johnson City Code Enforcement investigated the fraternity housing after nearby property owners complained of zoning violation. ETSU President Dr. Nolan says that ETSU will present a plan of transition to the fraternities on campus. We spoke to Fraternity and Sorority Life Director Maggie Darden to get her take on the situation.
I think that having designated spaces, or at least a blank slate space for student organizations to develop and come together and sit down and in between classes, really gives a sense of community. It helps the students develop that identity and really gives a feeling of permanence here.
Dr. Nolan and the Board of Trustees will begin sorting details for their plan of transition at their next meeting on April 27th.
Have lots of school spirit, enjoy making people smile and have a good time? Well, ETSU is searching for its new Bucky for the 2019-2020 school year. BucTV News reporter Ben Gillum finds out more about this important ETSU tradition.
The coveted mantle of Bucky is now up for grabs. Tryouts for the plush pirate are opening soon. BucTV sat down with Calvin Claggett for more information.
The qualities that it takes to make a good Bucky, in my opinion, are charisma, spontaneous, outgoing. You have to be somebody who's willing to kind of jump outside the box to make people smile.
Scholarships are up for grabs as well. In-state students could be awarded money for their performance, and incoming out-of-state freshmen could have their out-of-state tuition waived. Both require 150 work hours and a 2.5 GPA.
Tryouts are going to be very structured and detailed to everything that a mascot's gonna do. So you're obviously going to have to put the suit on, and you're going to have to kind of reenact how you would approach a child, and particularly if a child is maybe scared. And then not only that, the time commitment that it is. So a couple of tough things about being Bucky. Of course, it's a mascot suit, so it's really hot. The second thing is, the sight, that goes along with putting the head on. But those are all things that, our current mascot, who shall not be named, he does a great job of handling.
No one knows the pressures of piracy more than the satin swashbuckler himself. I sat down with the Woolly Warrior to get his take on what it means to be our mascot. So, Bucky, what do you think makes a good Bucky? Reporting for BucTV News, I'm Ben Gillum.
Trials are April 23rd and May 15th from 3:30 to 5. For more information, contact Assistant Director for External Operations Calvin Claggett at the email below.
The ETSU Patchwork Players plans to bring Titanic to ETSU. The theater show created by Christopher Durang does not share any characteristics of the famous 1997 film except for its name. This show is intended to be an absurd comedy, meaning it is a crazy show of ridiculousness. This show, however, is not intended for children because of the mature language and scenes that will be featured in the play. All college students are encouraged to attend.
The ETSU Gospel Choir has been hard at work preparing for their first ever spring extravaganza. This event features some big names in the musical world, including Grammy Award nominee James Fortune and Faya and contemporary gospel artist Amble Bullock, who won Season 4 of BET's Sunday Best. We spoke with Gospel Choir Vice President and BucTV's own Jerica Dyson about the show and what it means for everyone involved.
The purpose of this event is to bring together people of all walks of life and to come together to celebrate our Savior and, just create a sense of community and just really inspire people and give people hope.
Catch the ETSU Gospel Choir and their special guests this afternoon at the First Presbyterian Church of Johnson City starting at 7 p.m.
May 4th is approaching fast, and that means graduation is almost here. The first ceremony begins at 10 a.m. with the second starting at 3 p.m. The ceremonies last approximately 2 hours. This graduation could possibly be Dr. Nolan's last ceremony as the president here at ETSU, after announced earlier this week that he is one of the candidates for the University of Tennessee Chancellor position. Graduation takes place in the Mini Dome, and students are encouraged to show up an hour before their ceremony time.
As the semester comes to a close, remember the shared library is here to help with those final papers. Library faculty and guests will be on hand to proofread papers and assist with catching any citation errors for students, staff, and ETSU faculty. The citation help workshops are scheduled for April 17th and 24th from 12 to 1 p.m. These services are free and snacks will be provided during the sessions. For more information, visit the shared library website.
Get your paintball gear ready. BucTainment is putting on a paintball tournament today in the CPA front yard. The tournament is currently underway. It will run until 1 p.m. and will be a 3v3 bracket style. After the tournament is over, there will be free play for everyone starting at 1 p.m. That's all for your campus news. Get your latest on the Golden State Killer and the Brexit.
Stay tuned.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Action!
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The European Union has granted the UK's request for an extension on Brexit.
The UK's long delayed departure from the European Union now delayed again. Reid Binion reports.
So we need that extra time to work to ensure that we can get a deal through Parliament that enables us to leave in a smooth and orderly way. That's in everybody's interest.
British Prime Minister Theresa May making her case for a Brexit extension in Brussels. European Union leaders granting her request just days before what could have been an economically calamitous hard Brexit.
I sincerely regret the fact that I have not yet been able to persuade Parliament to approve a deal which would allow the UK to leave in a smooth and orderly way.
Brexit refers to the British exit from the European Union.
Tonight, the European Council decided to grant the United Kingdom a flexible extension.
The so-called flextension the EU granted kicks the can down the road for as long as 6 months, until Halloween. The October 31st deadline comes with a review set for June, and May has to get her defeated withdrawal deal through the British Parliament, which has already rejected it 3 times. The EU's extension coming with something of a warning.
Let me finish with a message to our British friends. Please do not waste this time.
I'm Reid Binion reporting.
In addition to being able to push Brexit through as late as Halloween, European Council President Donald Tusk says the UK also has the option of canceling Brexit altogether.
California will seek the death penalty against the Golden State Killer suspect 73-year-old Joseph DeAngelo if he is convicted.
This despite the governor's moratorium on executions. Emily Marr reports.
People intend to seek the sentence of death.
Joseph DeAngelo stood silently in the front of the courtroom.
We are thrilled with the decision to seek the death penalty.
Ron Harrington says his youngest brother was murdered by the Golden State Killer in 1980.
The Golden State Killer is the worst of the worst of the worst that ever happened.
DeAngelo faces dozens of charges, including 13 counts of murder with special circumstances. District attorneys from 4 of the 6 counties where those crimes were committed, including Sacramento County, will seek the death penalty, despite Governor Gavin Newsom's moratorium on executions.
We totally disagree with the moratorium.
Last month, Newsom put a halt on the death penalty, even after Californians voted to speed up the process. In a statement, the governor's office says the DAs seeking the death penalty for DeAngelo, quote, can pursue this action, as is their right under the law.
He has now decided to take his own personal opinions and put those in front of the will of the people of California.
In the past, Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert said the governor doesn't have the power to prevent DAs from asking for the death penalty. But some law experts say it's unlikely someone will be executed as long as Newsom remains in office, regardless of the crime.
That is why we have the death penalty. The death penalty does serve as a deterrent.
DeAngelo is expected back in court on August 22nd.
Trey Adams is up next with your highlights from ETSU baseball's match with Virginia Tech and more.
BucTV Sports is back after the break.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something.
But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well...
But... candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Trey Adams with your BucTV Sports Update. After a tough weekend in Lexington, Virginia, the ETSU baseball team returned home looking for redemption against Virginia Tech. First inning, the Bucks getting the bats going right out of the gate with the bases loaded. Cade Gilbert connects on a 1-2 pitch, grounding out towards first, but scores Jake Lyle to make it 1-0. A few innings later, the Hokies' Kerry Carpenter lines one into right field. Moving to third is Carson Taylor, and coming around to the plate for the score is Jack Owens, and we are all square at 1. To the 6th inning we go. The Bucks down 1 with a runner on third. Colin Smith gets the bunt down back to the pitcher and almost beats the throw the first, but it's not enough for the out, but the sacrifice bunt scores a runner, and it's tied at 2. But Virginia Tech would pull away in the 7th as Carson Taylor smokes a triple near the right field wall. Coming around to score with ease is Owens for the second time, and Taylor is safely on with a triple to get the go-ahead run, and the Hokies win 4-2. Sunday afternoon was hoping to be a more kind to the ETSU softball team following a doubleheader loss to Mercer the day before. Taylor Wright started the scoring in inning number 1 for the Bucks to take an early 1-0 lead. And after the Bears scored in 3 in the subsequent innings, ETSU looked to close the gap. In inning 6, Taylor Wright would get her second hit of the afternoon to score a run, but it would not be nearly enough as Mercer would close out the game, winning 5-2. ETSU women's golfer Hee Ying Loy and the team were back to business this week at the Brickyard Collegiate following Loy's appearance at the Augusta Women's Amateur. Despite missing the final day cut at Augusta, Loy returned to form with a top 10 performance, finishing 1 under par in the range-shortened event. Sophomore Teresa Maleka was the top finisher for the Bucks, grabbing a top 5 finish at 3 under par. The Bucks finished a strong 3rd place and will look to put the finishing touches on conference play with a title starting Sunday at the Southern Conference Championships. The ETSU women's tennis team looked for a sensational senior day as they battled the UNCG Spartans this week. Ichi Ma and Raquel Amaro took the first of 3 doubles matches, and after falling in match 2, the blue and gold took the first point with a win from the duo of Lelo Bacadorova and Alejandra Morales. Despite losing matches on the 1 and 2 spot, ETSU took the remaining 4 singles matches to win 5-2 and set up a Sunday showdown with the only other undefeated team in the conference, Furman, and that match begins Sunday at noon. Coming up later today, the track and field team is having the Catamount Classic, and the Tennessee Relays and the men's tennis will also be in competition this weekend. That will do it for your sports news. Here comes your play of the day.
Dancing around a lot out there at second base. What a play. Can they turn it over? How about that? Jose Iglesias. Oh, my goodness. It doesn't get much slicker than this, Cowboy.
Outstanding first move by Iglesias. And a pitcher's best friend.
When it's time to head out,
our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine, and I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Jerica Dyson with your entertainment news. The Tri-Cities Craft Beer Week is coming to a close with the 8th annual Thirsty Orange Festival. This event allows beer connoisseurs and amateurs a creative and unique experience. Guests can try over 150 craft brews and ciders. To top off this experience, there will be live music and food trucks. The event is set to take place tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. at Founders Park. Tickets can be purchased at thirstyorange.com. Who are you going to call? Paranormal investigators are coming to Tipton Hayes Historic Site on April 17th and 24th. The team will lead guided inspections that are open to the public. They plan to explain how their equipment works and teach beginners how to investigate the paranormal world. Each night will begin at 7 and run until 11 and is limited to 20 people. Tickets are $15. Participants must be 12 years or older. The Corazon Latino Festival returns for the 10th time this afternoon. This festival aims to celebrate the richness of Latino culture and history. Some of the featured events are Art A, which is an art exhibit featuring several Latinx artists. Another inclusion in the festival, Pasaporte a las Americas, offers an exploration of Latin American countries, all while remaining in Johnson City. Multiple food trucks will be on hand to represent both Latino and Appalachian cuisine. The event will take place from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at Founders Park. Grab a front row seat to Tennessee Film Nights at the Atlantic Ale House. This series shows local short films by regional artists and focuses on social justice issues. The next film night is set to take place on April 16th at 8 p.m. The theme for this event is Laugh and Scream, Comedy and Horror Night. To submit a film for consideration, email Professor Shara Lange at the address below. Beyonce, also known as Queen Bee, is partnering with Netflix to create a documentary about her impact on Coachella. This past Sunday, her team and Netflix released a teaser with the name Homecoming. This documentary will take a look into the creation of her 2018 Coachella performance, which paid homage to historically black colleges and institutions. After the concert, Beyonce created a homecoming scholarship program for 4 HBCUs. That's all we have for your entertainment news. Here's your Hollywood Minute.
The circle of life continues. Disney just dropped the first full trailer for The Lion King. Donald Glover, Beyonce, and James Earl Jones lead the voice cast of the studio's latest remake, which is set to hit theaters July 19th.
I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
It's no surprise tickets for Avengers Endgame are going fast. Fandango reports in the first week of pre-sales, it sold 5 times as many tickets for the Marvel sequel as it did for Avengers Infinity War. Thousands of showtimes are sold out, and some theaters are adding screenings as early as 4 a.m. on opening day, April 26th.
So let me get this right. We're forced to listen to this spa music so your head doesn't explode and kill us all.
Check out this casting session sneak peek for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Ryan Reynolds, who provides the title character's voice, posted the clip to YouTube with the comment, "You should have seen the audition room when we were done." In Hollywood, by way of Rhyme City, I'm David Daniel.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Well, Thomas, you've got...
Well, guys, that was our last show.
Yes, happy birthday, Trey.
Happy birthday, Trey.
You can't hear me, but...
It's been a very great experience. Thank you so much, ETSU, and thank you, Department of Communication. Thank you, Tammy.
Yes,
Love
Tammy. Thank
Love
you.
all the people in here, all their beautiful sunshiny
all
faces.
these faces up in here. But the new anchors will be back in the fall, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we're never always gone. We won't be back,
We
but
won't.
they'll be back.
May 4th, we will be graduating.
Yeah. Hey, come to
May the
graduation.
4th be with you.
See you
May
there.
the force be with
Can we do
you.
call to actions?
Oh, are we done?
Yeah. Well,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
that was fun. That was fun.
When I say, well, I'm from Irwin, Tennessee, they're like, wait a minute, didn't y'all hang an elephant in Irwin? And I have to give the story of, yes, we did.
If they say, oh, you're from that town that hung the elephant, then you obviously know right then that they